Yeah, you doing December 12th, I'm back in Savannah, you hear me? Savannah, Georgia, you hear me?
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so man, let's talk about this Fredo Bang situation. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fredo Bang about a week, almost 2 weeks ago, hit the stage with none other than Lil Durk, man. And that thing, man, that was headlines, man. It was headlines everywhere, man. Everybody was talking about the fact that Fredo Bang and Lil Durk hit the stage together because this plays into the narrative of Lil Durk and OTF siding with Fredo Bang and TBG against NBA and 4K Trey, man. And at this point, I can't even say it's speculation. It looks like it's on and popping. Like there's definitely a line drawn there. We know that TBG and NBA and 4K Trey, it ain't gonna be there's gonna be no resolution there. But man, Fredo Bang just pulled a move out of nowhere that a lot of people are gonna be surprised of. And a lot of people, man, they're misjudging it. They're trying to make it seem like Fredo Bang was on some sneak stuff, but he wasn't. And man, before I get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Fredo Bang, man. So Fredo Bang obviously is a TBG representative. He's basically the TBG boss over there. I know he got Bang Biz and stuff like that. He's got a situation with Def Jam. He's really doing big things right now. Okay, man, so for those of you who don't know, Fredo Bang is a rap artist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man. He is on the opposite side of NBA Youngboy. So, man, it's a weird situation in Baton Rouge. So Baton Rouge is cut up into sections, and even those sections are cut up into sections. So you got your top boy Gorilla Gang and you got your bottom boy Gorilla Gang. You got your TBG and you got your BBG. Now, each of these sections even have their different parts, man, that are broken into separate sections. But one thing's for certain and another thing's for sure is NBA Youngboy and Fredo Bang are from opposite sides as far as rap goes and as far as rap cliques go. Now, at one time, man, the NBA camp, man, used to actually ride with the TBG side of things. Like you can still see pictures out there floating around of NBA Youngboy wearing a TBG sweater, you know what I mean? But man, it never materialized into a record deal or anything like that. And NBA shot up and became just a phenomenal superstar. Like it's ridiculous. Fredo Bang, on the other hand, was locked up for a long time, man. And once he got out, he got right back to business and got to music, man. Now, when he came back, man, there were some bad things that had taken place. A couple of things, man. He's lost a lot of folks on his side. He's lost Boulevard Quick. He's lost his best friend, G Money. It's been a lot that went down. So after all the situations that we had in hip hop this year, we had one of the worst about a month ago when King Von's untimely passing. Now, once that event took place, man, it was like there was a line drawn in the sand as far as who was going to mess with 4K Trey and who was going to mess with Quando Rondo and who was going to mess with Lil Durk and OTF and who's going to be on what side from Chicago or whatnot, man. It was a clear line and a clear divide, and a lot of folks chose sides. Fredo Bang never publicly chose a side because his affiliations were obvious. From the gate, he's a TBG representative. So there was no way he was ever going to align with Quando Rondo and 4K Trey. I mean, it's not like Fredo Bang and Quando Rondo had any beef. I mean, they didn't have an ongoing beef at any point that I know about or I could think about. It's just that affiliations that they had made that line so they couldn't mess with each other. Now, Quando Rondo and Fredo Bang have no legitimate reason to be upset with each other. But Fredo Bang and NBA Youngboy are never going to be cool. Even though Fredo Bang has gone publicly and said, hey, I'll do a song with him, trying to be diplomatic. The NBA side of the thing, man, has always dissed back, and, you know, it's a lot going on, man, with the fan pages involved, man. The NBA Youngboy fan pages and the TBG Fredo Bang fan pages are some of the most crazy fan pages you've ever seen. Like, I'm talking about the dissing back and forth goes to levels most people couldn't tolerate. But I'm here for it because I'm a hip-hop fan, and it's mad interesting and highly entertaining. Now, Fredo Bang just pulled off a crazy move, man. He went to Quando Rondo's stomping ground, his hometown of Savannah. Now, a lot of people in the chat rooms are talking about Fredo Bang snuck into Savannah to do a show. Now, this actually isn't true. Fredo Bang was actually promoting this show since back in November. So last month he was already promoting this show, letting people know to come to this venue and that he was going to rock the stage. And you would think that since that's Quando Rondo's hometown, people would not show up to support Fredo Bang because of his loose affiliation with Lil Durk. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fredo Bang and Lil Durk just hit the stage together about a week or two ago, man. And, man, it was a big event in hip-hop. Everybody saw that, hey, man, this is an alliance, man. And for Lil Durk to bring NBA Youngboy's biggest op on stage made headlines, man. People were still talking about it, man. They're still talking stories about it and stuff like that. And it just, the visual of it made everybody say, oh, okay, so there definitely is a line drawn and there definitely is a side drawn. Because Lil Durk messing with Fredo Bang already opens up a door to where NBA Youngboy and his camp are going to have some type of, resistance to whatever they bring to them. Even though it's well known by now that a lot of the Chicago artists from O Block and from 600 ain't messing with anything 4K Trey, ain't messing with anything Quando Rondo, and ain't messing with anything NBA Youngboy and them, because it's been so much dissing back and forth. And for those of you who haven't been keeping score or keeping count, there has been mad disrespect back and forth. Like immediately after King Von passed, you had NBA Big B who said something. Then you had NBA Herm, the Black Sheep, who said something. It's gone to a point where I don't think there's any room for reconciliation. Man, it's just a bad look all around, and it sucks because everybody loves these artists. Some of them aren't that well known, but man, they had an opportunity to bridge that gap, and everybody really messed with them. You know what I mean? But right now, it's at a situation where in hip-hop, with a lot of these younger artists, like, with Durk and those cats, and Fredo and those cats, and NBA Youngboy and those cats, there's a line drawn, man. And that line is drawn not only from a Chicago aspect, from a Baton Rouge aspect, it's starting to filter off everywhere. You see cats in Florida who are actually drawing those lines, like Julio Fulio and cats like that, man. You see this thing is growing bigger and bigger, and for Fredo Bang to do a show in Savannah and not get touched, it's a good look on him. But, I mean, it should be a good look on hip-hop for the most part, because the show was packed out. I'm talking about wall-to-wall people. Fredo Bang was getting much love, and that's really what it's all about, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just music. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here for the music, the entertainment, and everybody to leave, man, with some enjoyment in their life. Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please, hold up. Before I get to that. So what do you guys think? Do you think Fredo Bang doing a show in Savannah is a black eye on Savannah and Quando Rondo and them's clique because they should have showed up and acted a fool? Or is this a good look for hip-hop because it goes to show that, hey, man, you could just ignore a cat and let him get his money and then everybody just keep everything on wax? Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.